Hello and welcome to the Encourager Podcast, where we have encouraging conversations to help you joyfully harmonize your home and work life. I'm your host, Rebecca Scott. I'm a wife, mother, designer, coach, and author. I'm here to help encourage and empower you to confidently make decisions that work for you and your stage of life, whatever that might be. Hello, Encouragers. On this week's podcast, we're going through our short episodes. These are just going to be little short edible ones that you can take and still do something with in the first 10 minutes of listening to the podcast. And I do this because the month of December is really full for my other brand, Rebecca Scott Designs, where we design purses that are both stylish and really well organized. I do encourage you to check them out. Go to designyourownbag.com. And because of that, I'm like, okay, I still want to talk to the encouragers, especially in the month of December, as we kind of sort out what the year was like. We kind of plan for the new one. But we're also overloaded. And so these are just little bits to keep you listening and keep up with your routines in the month of December. And this one is about the Scott family mantras right now. So these are subject to change as our family evolves and as I pick up new ones. But I got this idea because I first started with having our values put inside our home for probably the last 18 years. And I've talked about this throughout the podcast episodes where meet up with your spouse, collaborate on the values that you want, and then decide which three you both coincide with. So for example, for the Scotts, and even my son to this day will still pray it at night when I pray with him, he will say, help us to be kind, humble, and honest. Those are the three that we picked for the Scotts. Ask yourself, what three values would you want your family to be known for? So that's where it started. And then I started listening to a lot of podcasts and a lot of books. And one of my favorite authors is Jon Acuff. And I loved this idea. Actually, when I was training for the half marathon, I listened to his book probably twice. And I was thinking through what are some of the soundtracks that I want to have the kids know in their heads to reverse some of the negative soundtracks that they might be hearing from the world. And so I came up with these 7. And I'm going to share these 7 with you. But remember, I want you to come up with your own. So I'll have some reflective questions at the end so that you can come up with your own. And so just to give you an idea of how we implement these hang in our entryway alongside our prayer that we say every morning. My youngest has memorized all of them, and she makes sure to be smug and tell everybody how she knows them. The rest have not completely memorized them, but if I start them, then they're more likely to finish them. And then we just sprinkle them throughout the week. It's like, okay, this situation is happening. What phrase do we think would line up here, and how can we look at this differently? Okay, so the first one of our family mantras right now is everybody is capable of change. And this is just to remind people, my family, when we're complaining a lot, like, hold on though, everybody is capable of change, and not to underestimate what God can do in a person's heart. Second one is you are never as good or as bad as they say you are. And this is part of our family values of keeping us humble. You're never as good or as bad as say you are. So let's just strike the middle ground here and get our own constructive feedback. And this is one of my favorites. Number 3, your mic is always hot. It is. Your mic is always hot, meaning whatever you say is being recorded, whether it's actually on a phone or it's in a person's heart or it's in their head, but your mic is always hot. So be careful about the words that you say, no matter who the company is. Number 4, what can I learn here? This is a great one. The kids are complaining or they're frustrated. I'm like, hold on. What can we learn here? What does this say about ourselves and how we're responding? What is it that I'm going through right now that God is teaching me a lesson that I can gain wisdom from? So what can I learn here? Number 5, what does God say about me? So when they're talking about maybe it's some name calling at school, or maybe it's just their own negativity in their head or something that they're telling themselves, I go, hold on. What does God say about you? And then it allows us to reflect on, okay, what are the things that God says in his word about ourselves, that we are beloved, that we are created, that we were made with a purpose? What does God say about me? Number 6, what value can I add? And this is so that as they mature and they grow up to be more responsible, that they would look around if they have finished their work and say, wait a minute, what other value can I add here? And this one was important for Nick and I because we never did a job where we didn't also do another job. And that was not like in a hustling way. It was just like you do things with integrity. So you do it to the best of your ability. And if you finish early, then what other things can you add to it? Maybe it's a conversation. What value can I add here? How can I be of assistance to those around me? And then the 7th one is zoom out. Actually, out of all of them, We say this one a lot because in the moment we might be really passionate about something and I'll say, okay, I'll listen to him. I'll let him get passionate and all that. And then I'll say, hold on, what do you think we should do here? And usually they will say, okay, I need to zoom out. Right. Just zoom out, get a wider lens on the situation. Think about it from the other person's situation or the other person's shoes. Think about it from your perspective. Think about it from the teachers, the coaches, the audience perspective, whatever it might be. But let's zoom out a little bit because right now it feels really, really, really intense. And I want you to just take a deep breath and I want you to zoom out. Now, what are you seeing? And this one is just such a good relaxer for things that feel really, really intense. I love this verse from Deuteronomy 6:9. Write them on the doorframes of your houses and on your gates. When you come up with your own family mantras, think of it like that. You're writing them on the doorframes of your houses. You're writing them on the gates as people enter into your territory. This verse inspires me to keep coming up with these mantras. If we've learned these, maybe we need to learn more. Maybe we need to let some of them go. There's permission there too. But I love the idea that these are our go-to phrases to help one another and to build one another. Okay, so now here's your homework if you'd like to. I do realize it's a busy season. But what if you brainstorm just 3 to 5 mantras for your own family this week? Invite your children, invite your spouse to come in on this. What are some common phrases? You might already have them. What are some common phrases that we say that really help us? Write those down, put them on your fridge, maybe put them in your car, put them in an area where you're going to see them and where you can start practicing them. Your family words can become your family's legacy. Start small. One mantra, one truth, and one reminder at a time. Lord, help our homes reflect your truth. Let the words we repeat shape hearts that honor you. That's why you're forming these mantras, so that our hearts are shaped to honor God. Until next time, encouragers, we got this because He's got us. Thanks so much for tuning in. If the Encourager podcast has helped or encouraged you in any way, please subscribe to the show and leave a 5-star review. And then help us spread the message of encouragement and hope by sharing the podcast with others. Ready to build systems that actually fit your life and budget? The Encourager Academy is now available one module at a time, each just $39 and only 25 to 35 minutes per video. Choose the area you most need help in, your me, food, home, work, or family system, or dive into the mindset, priorities, and super skills that make all the difference. Each lesson is simple, actionable, and designed to help you create sustainable rhythms that bring peace, not pressure. Visit encourageracademy.com to start your next small step towards harmony and joy. If you've ever wished someone could just sit with you, look at your real life, and help you make progress where it matters most, that's what my one-on-one coaching is all about. For over 10 years, I've coached women to harmonize both home and work life, not by forcing them into a program, but by designing systems that actually fit their personality, their season, and their strengths. No cookie cutters, no overwhelm, just sustainable rhythms that help you finally see traction in the areas that matter most to you. Learn more or book your free discovery call at encourageracademy.com. Let's make progress together.